I'm going to work on this question for how to, it's like rights offers and how to answer a question like this. So this question is Marks and Spencer's announced plans to raise new equity. They want to, so originally the shares are trading at £3.20 each, and they currently have 500 million shares outstanding and a market cap of £1.6 billion. Firm's considering three alternative options, and they want to raise 240 million. So they're thinking about doing a 40% discount to the current market price, or 60%. So I'll work on those. And then they also want to, I need to find the subscription price, number of new shares to be issued, exchange ratio, theoretical X rights price, and the value to purchase one new shares. And then also show that in theory, the worth of an investor holding 1,000 shares prior would technically not change if they either take up the rights, sell the rights, or tail swallow, which is essentially when they sell a certain amount of rights to purchase as many as possible, but still equals wealth is unchanged. So first, to do this, you need to find the subscription price. So we're going to do 40% first. So how much would this share be? So originally this share is £3.20. So 3.20 times 1 minus 0.4. And that gives us £1.92. So that's how much the share cost when it's discounted at 40%. Now we need to find the number of new shares being issued. So what we can do is we know it's going to be how much are they going to raise? So they're trying to raise 240 million. So 240 million divided by 1.92. And that gives us 125 million. So that's going to be how many new shares are going to be issued. Now we find the exchange ratio. So originally there was 500 million shares. So just do 500 divided by 125. So that gives us 4. So it's 1 for 4 essentially. So any investor who owns, if you own 1 share, you'll receive, if you own 4 shares, you receive 1 right, essentially. So 4 for 1. Now we're going to find the theoretical X rights price, or the TERP. To do that, we have to do the original. So the original price was £3.20 times the original amount outstanding, which was 500. million, plus the new price for the shares, which we calculated here, is 1.92 times 125 million. And then for the denominator, it's going to be 125 plus 500, so the total amount that will be traded after this, so 625. And now we solve for this. And that gives us approximately 2.944. So that's the theoretical sorry, the TERP. And then lastly, we need to find the value of a right to purchase one new share. So to do this, we're just going to do the TERP minus the value of a share. So and now we need to find the value of one right. So to do that, we're going to do the original price of £3.20 minus the TERP of 2.944. We're going to have to divide this by 4, and we get that from here, so the 4 for 1. And that gives us a value of 6p in 0.064. Next, we want to I'm going to do just the 40% first, because the 60% is the same thing. Now we need to show that the holding 1,000 shares will be ineffective, irrespective of if they take up the rights, sell the rights, or tail swallow. So we'll do take up the rights first. So first we need to find their original wealth. So in this case, it's 1,000 shares times 3.20. So £32,000. Oh, sorry, £3,200. Next, we need to find out how many rights the investor has available. So we're going to do 1,000, divide that by 4. So there are 250 rights available. So now we need to find the... So we have 250 rights available, and now we need to figure out how much it will cost the investor to purchase these, essentially. So 250 times the purchase price, which we calculated earlier, of £1.92. So that's going to be 480 quid. So the investor has to pay this money up front. And now we need to figure out the X rights value of the shares, the total shares. So now the investor owns 1,250 shares, and they're going to be valued at the TERP price, which we calculated, and is 2.944. So that's going to be £3,680. And then we're going to subtract the 480 quid that the investor had to pay. That gives us a total new wealth of 3,200, which is the same. So the wealth is unchanged. Okay. So next we're going to do sell rights nil paid. Okay, so now we know that the shareholder wealth is going to be 3,200 quid. And so now we're going to sell the rights instead of buying them, and it's going to equal the 3,200 that was the original amount the shareholder had. So firstly, cash received from the sale. So we have 1,000 shares times, we're going to use the TERP price, so 2.944 minus the original share price of £3.20. And that gives us minus £256. Okay, so remember this number. And now we are going to see the amount that the shares are worth currently. So they have 1,000 shares times 2.944. So that's £2,944 plus the 256 that they received. And that's going to give us 3,200 quid, meaning unchanged. For tail swallowing, we want to figure out, without the investor laying out any cash up front, how many rights to sell in order to retain their original wealth. So to do this, we know it's going to be 3,200 quid, as I remember. So we want to do 1.92, which is the this is the value of the shares times 250, how many rights they have, over the TERP. So this is going to give us 163.04 shares to sell. And this is going to finance the being able to buy the rest. So because of that, so we had 250 to start minus 163.04. So that means we're going to exercise 86.96 rights. So that means we have, so that means the net outlay is nothing. And so we have 1,086.96 times 2.944. That gives us £3,200. So basically, we've been able to prove that by either tail swallowing or selling shares or buying the shares, the rights, the investors' original wealth of £3,200 will stay the same.